Alright, guys. We are here with one of the best matches from the cast of Civil War. That's right. There was a bunch of awesome maps that were played. Best of one format. And this was between my team, the War Pigs. We had up here in the top right, this was a laser. And down in the bottom left side of the map, we have a Root DNS. Of course, playing for Cat's team, the GOAT and the Gang. And DNS was coming in as a big, I think he was last pick for their team, or second last pick, and really was coming in as a big kind of like underdog. No one really expected him to do much in this whole tournament, but already at this point, we were a little wary because we knew that DNS had punched well above his weight. He had taken out a bunch of really top players. We actually have a highlight. He was actually the 40th and final pick of the entire league, DNS, and yet he'd already won 2 or 3 matches. I believe he beat Clem or someone? Oh god. Twitch chat, check. Who did he beat? Who did he beat up to this point in the league? Let me know. I've already forgotten. I just remember he beat a bunch of really sick players. So let us know, of course, who he took down. He'd taken down a bunch of players that he was not supposed to beat. Got some wins. A laser, though. Our Zerg vs. Protoss sniper for the War Pigs. A player who literally was just like, give me Protoss and I will win every game for you. And I was like, all right, a laser. And he was slaughtering them left, right, and center up to this point. He'd taken out like Skillis, Mana, I think 1 or 2 other players by this point as well. He was at 100% win rate, which no one else in my team had. So really awesome performance from him. DNS so far opening up just with the Nexus. Did deny the expansion. A laser takes the front hatchery. And he's so damned good as a laser at macroing on up. And then he's also got these really well-planned timing attacks in there. Now, of course, this is early post-patch still. We're still pretty early post-patch, right? Some people are still just playing straight Sky Toss, and corruptor timings coming out are apparently the big way of punishing that. That's, you know, some of you may have not seen my patch video. A lot of the European pros saying, look, if you try to just play the old Void Ray Disruptor style, they're going to kill you. Corruptors, Queens will walk across the map. They'll drop creep out of Overlords. They'll kill your Void Rays. They'll have enough Roaches and Lings on the ground to overwhelm as well, as long as they don't take massive Disruptor hits. And you just can't defend it. So that's definitely something that's in mind on a big map like this, where the Protoss is used to almost always play straight Sky Toss in that regard. On the other hand, a lot more Protoss players have been going kind of like Blink styles, right? So Oracle, and then you just go Twilight Forge with a really quick third. You just go straight like Stalker Sentry, or Stalker Sentry Disruptor, that sort of stuff. There's a lot of different styles that have been coming out of the Protoss, and the Zerg players, of course. I think Ravager Bane is the most common answer to that. Just 75 drones, Ravager Bane, and it's very hard for the Protoss to secure a 4th base or even defend their 3rd against those Ravager Baneling timings. Now, this is a Void Ray first opening for DNS, so that's going to, of course, kill the Overlord very quickly. He's not even chrono boosting the Void Ray. He's just been chronoing probes. He's already up 3 workers. A laser, though. He's got 2 queens out at the 3rd base. A queen there. He's already spreading creep. I'd like to see that tumor spread a little bit more frequently. But also look at his beautiful Overlord spready. So he's got good warning of everything going on. Void Ray will get chrono boosted now. Overlord's going to come in. He's like, this looks like a Stargate build, but let's confirm. And of course, a laser will see that Void Ray as it pops out. And he's like, okay, Void Ray first. No worries, man. No worries. The creep tumor actually is going to spread to the edge of the main to help him kill any Void Rays that come in there. Creep tumor at the front as well is already down. I mean, that's already connected, right? So if you think about it, you can just put a tumor here once this creep spreads out, and that'll be pretty nice. Lots of queens on the way. Notice no spore crawlers. Having seen Void Ray first, he definitely doesn't need them. He leaves his main undefended. He's just got 3 queens out there, 2 queens there. The Oracle will be coming out momentarily. And if it goes blast into the main is a little vulnerable, but that's where he builds a single spore crawler. So a laser trying to cut corners wherever he can. He says, dude, I'm going to build like 8 queens. I don't want to be building 8 queens and spores. That's way too many minerals. And each spore, remember, kills a drone as well, because that drone does get eaten up by the spore crawler. So it's really important that he does that. The Oracle's going to come in behind the natural, look for some kills. Only 1 queen in the mineral line. Bit of a mistake from a laser. He had 2 queens here. The other queen is a bit far away. 3 drones, not bad. On the other hand, the Oracle deep in the orange. It's not going to have that much renewed use. Another Void Ray on the way. So DNS is indeed playing Sky Toss, guys. He's going to be going for +1 air weapons. He's going to try and play that style. The big question is, how the hell do you defend that Roach Corruptor timing? Because I'm telling you, if there's one guy who believes in the power of Queen Walks pre-patch, now believes in the power of the late Queen Corruptor Walk, it's going to be a laser. He's a guy who loves his timing attacks. He does not like to get Protoss, to let Protoss get out of control. And you can see 52 drones versus 50. He's building a few more Zerglings. Is a laser. He's got a few Zerglings at the front. He sees the 2 Void Rays. That's a big sign. He probably saw the Cybercore spinning as well. But, oh, interesting. Twilight and Forge for DNS. He actually hides this behind the natural. Okay. And he's making sentries. But look at that. He's rallying them to the back. Oh, you cheeky little fucker. Oh my god. Okay, so guys, DNS right now is trying to pretend he's going Skytoss. If he really wanted to sell the story, he should take double gas on this base as well pretty soon. So I don't know if a laser checks that, but look, he sees the Cybercore spinning. He sees literally 1 Adept on the 3rd, 1 Adept on the natural, multiple Void Rays. Oh, if he saw sentries, if he saw Forged Twilight, he'd know this is Blink Stalker Sentry. Even a 3rd Void Ray! DNS is committing so much to selling this story, you cheeky piece of shit. The Oracle's going to come in there. The Queen's defending it right now. A laser. He's got a very late lair, but he has a sick economy, guys. This 4th base went down just after the 5-minute mark. This is a big, tricky play out of DNS. He's trying to pretend he's going Skytoss, and he's going to surprise maybe with like a Mass Stalker Sentry style. He's building a Robo here behind his natural as well, which is totally normal with a Skytoss style, as long as he keeps these units back from the wall. Look at that. He warps in. There's no way Zerglings can see that. If we look at this from a laser's vision, I mean, he's got the lair up now. He's got +1 range on the way. He's got good map vision. Creep tumors spreading. Look at this. He's already fully droning his 4th base, and he is dropping a Spire, which to me says, hey, guess what? I'm going to build Corruptors when that goes down. Now, if he goes Muters, it's great. If he goes Mass Muter, this is actually really good for him, because Muters are really good versus Stalker Sentry, not head-on, but for just counterattacking and backstabbing and all that sort of stuff. 4th base goes down. Very early 4th base for DNS. Once again, sells the story of Skytoss. He's even building cannon battery at the 3rd. Oh my god. Guys, a laser 100% has to think this is Skytoss. This looks so much like Skytoss. He's got cannon battery. Oh, DNS is such a cheeky little bastard, dude. He's selling the story so well. A laser has no idea he's making Overlord speed. That's going to time out with the Corruptors popping out so he can do the push as well. Oh, he's got such a big economy. A laser's economy. 86 workers? Dude, that is wild. Spire has not been spotted, so DNS isn't sure he's committing to this. DNS has got to feel a little nervous about that. On the other hand, he's got a Robo Bay on the way, 8 gateways. His 4th base is coming up in a moment. The Oracle still wants some scouting, but it's so wounded it can't really see much right now. Spire's about to finish. Look at the money. And no, it's not Muters. Please. Oh, man, if that was 17 Muters, it'd be good. But it's 17 Corruptors. DNS with the dirtiest mind game here. And look at this. The laser's already moving across. Lings, Roaches, Queens, Overlords. He's like, time to do the Queen Corruptor push. Let's go. When he sees these Stalkers, a laser is going to be so pissed off. Those Corruptors are basically dead weight. They're going to kill the Void Rays, and then what? They're not going to have any use. Corruptors can't shoot down. There's no hive, so he can't make a Greatest Spire. He sees it. Immediately a laser. Does the Abe Simpson. Walks into the boudoir house, takes his hat off, puts it on the rack, sees Bart at the fucking desk and goes, nope, 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 nope. Turns around. I do not want my grandson to see me walking into this adult establishment. So he does turn around and tries to get out of there. He's going to try to fight with Queen Ravager. And that is a good army. I mean, the Corruptors are going to be able to kill the Void Rays, but not much else. The first Disruptor shot whiffs. A laser has so much money, but he's maxed out, and this Corruptors are wasting a lot of supply. Ooh, the Void Rays are getting dicked, but he does lose a bunch of Corruptors, which, I mean, who cares? He's transfusing them to keep them alive. He loses 3 Corruptors to kill the Void Rays. He's like, okay, now what? I'm maxed out on trash units. It's Ravagers, Lings, and Queens versus a Protoss. If a Protoss maxes out on Disruptor, Stalker, versus just Roaches, Ravagers, Queens. I mean, obviously the Stalkers are higher value because you can keep blinking them back. He can add Templar Archives. He's got a giant 4-base economy. Every second you let a Protoss sit on 4-base economy, you are very afraid because their army's so much better than yours. Corruptors are going to come in. Okay, there's only one thing Corruptors can do right now, guys, and that is unzip their fly and take a piss on the opponent's face. He's going to go for it. Their face, their base, you name it. Whichever one, the Corruptors unzip their fly, they're going to go for it. And look at that. That's a lot of Corruptor piss. Whoa, that damage ramps up so hard. He's going to dive on this base as well. There is a battery there with overcharge. Big recall comes out. DNS throwing some sneaky nuts. And the balls. Oh, man. That Ravager army just exploded. I thought recalling onto Ravager Ling would not be effective, but remember, so much of the supply is in the Corruptors, so much is in the Queens, which of course could not walk across the map. The 10 Queens, the 12 Corruptors, so much supply not there. And DNS does defend that base, and he's going to counterattack. He's moving across, trying to rebuild mass roaches, get melee upgrades, ranged upgrades, trying to get a hive so he can swap into broodlords or ultras potentially. The Corruptors realizing, look, we can't help defend. There's no warp prism with this army. Our job is to we need to go public urination squad. We need to go full football hooligan. All right, our team lost. We lost the match. The dickhead tricked us. He wasn't even playing Sky Toss. The ref made a bad call. Now there's only one thing we can do. Get drunk, break some bottles in the street, and start to urinate in just about every single alleyway we can find. They're going to start to piss on this Nexus on the left side. That one will go down. That is the second Nexus snipe right there. Another Corruptor goes down, but only one. Watch out for the balls. One Queen falls. Another Queen gets clipped there. Oh, a couple roaches do fall to that ball as well. The Queens are very tanky with the transfuse, though. And a laser is doing a good job of dodging that. Now, remember, the natural is almost rebuilt. Does need to restart the 4th Nexus. He'll restart that in a moment. The Corruptors are going to go for a drive-by. And remember, there's nothing scarier than throwing a cup full of piss out of a moving vehicle. But a laser's well practiced in this. He's going to make the best of a terrible situation. 84 drones. He's got a giant economy, but this army has Archons now. He's got such supply-inefficient units. And oh, man, the Queen's take a massive ball to the face. He's trying to transfuse, but Disruptor's landing all over him. Flanking roaches do get taken out as well. The disruptors at least are all falling. That's the one thing that's going bad for DNS. His disruptors are almost all gone. One disruptor does pull back. The transfuse is going down. A laser needs to keep this base alive. But dude, it's crumbling. There's too many stalkers. A warp prism is arriving. He's going to be warping in more and more stalkers on the front. A laser has to pull the drones. The drones do kill the disruptor. Nothing worse than having a whole bunch of crabs just biting on your nuts. That definitely was not something DNS wanted. If he got one more disruptor shot off, it would have been good. The stalkers, though, coming forwards. He's up in the rally. A laser's in trouble. He's trying to make more Ravagers, more Roaches, more Zerglings. He's building Queens because he's low on lava. He can't even spend his minerals right now because he pulled all of his Queens to fight. Oh no, a laser has to pull every single drone off of his natural as well. DNS with his dirty tricks. Meanwhile, the Corruptors just unzip their fly. The main base is gone, and they're doing it again. They've got 1, 2, 3 Nexus snipes. They're going for number 4. Zealots being warped in. They are slaughtering the drones. Oh my god, so many drones going down. Another Nexus falls though. Both players' economy is basically wiped off the map at this point. The Corruptors taking out all but 2 of the next side, but a laser's only on 22 workers. You can have 5, 6 hatcheries. It doesn't matter. If you've only got 22 drones up, right now a lot of bases are being long distance mined, but with 2 Nexi still up, the income is of course going to be massively in DNS's favor. He's making Archons as well. They're going to be so good in this scenario. The Roaches, Ravagers, and Queens trying to hold the line. They're trying to stand strong against this Protoss. The Archons coming in, but this Roach surround is actually pretty good, man. The Lings coming in, getting great value. The Archons go down. 2 Stalkers and an Archon escaping the prison. Meanwhile, the Corruptors, they say we've been drinking Mountain Dew for days, preparing for this moment. My bladder is full, and I am gonna piss once again all over one of your favorite buildings. Oh, is that your town center? Is that your town hall? Is there a police officer shouting at me? Oi, what are you doing, mate? Doesn't matter. These Stalker police officers way too virgin to stop that Chad stream of urine. A laser's going to counterattack. Guys, if he can kill the last Nexi, there's 1 Nexus there and a building 1 here. That's all he's got left. The Roaches and the Lings going for a counterattack, but I think DNS with the battery might have enough healing. The Archon with some good micro. Dude, actually, a laser's getting some good damage, but another Archon comes from the right side. There's another battery and a cannon up to the left. He wants to get rid of that Archon, but another battery and cannon, he can't chase into that. Meanwhile, the Corruptors still up on the top left, refilling their bladder. They need a moment. They've been peeing for a long time. But dude, this game is actually wild right now. The Corruptors are going to need to do something else. The Roaches and Lings, they get it. They're going to get the Nexus, guys. He gets another Nexus canceled. DNS does have enough money to replace it. Immediately pops 1 down. These Roaches have to fall back. Behind this, a laser's up to 34 drones. The Corruptor's coming in from behind. He says, guess what? You've only got 1 Nexus left. And I've been drinking so many beers. Our football team lost. We're pissed off. We don't care. We just want to break some shit, man. We just want to break some shit. He has already killed, I think, 7 Nexi in this game. I think this is about to be number 8 or 9 going down. Obviously, the ones that got cancelled as well. But dude, this is his only Nexus. He's out of income. He can't return minerals until that Nexus rebuilds. DNS, they're in big trouble. He's got an Archon Zealot counterattack. If a laser can defend this, guys, he's back on 39 workers, but I think he's got to give this base up. Pull back, pull back, pull back. A laser. No, don't get caught off creep. Queens are so immobile. He's got to buy time. All he's got to do is build Roaches and defend. He should not be trying to defend this base. A laser, pull back, pull back. Transfuses are good, but the Zealot Archon has so much power. He's got to stutter step. He's got to leave these queens out. The Roach is killing all the Zealots. There's a red hit point Archon. One Archon falls, but no, the other red hit point Archon is still there, man. Stalker's coming in as well. He's going to pull the drones. I think if he just pulls back a laser, might still be able to do this. Guys, there is only one Nexus left up there. Okay, the drones actually do a cute little hold position there. The drones are trying to fight right now. Every second matters in this game. Every unit matters. More roaches and lings popping out, but he's lost 10 more drones, down to 28 workers versus 69. DNS harnessing the power of memes with his economy right now. I don't know why it happens so often, but I feel like every other StarCraft game, players end up on 69 workers. The Stalker goes down. The Archon's very fragile. Another Stalker falls. Those two Archons retreat, though, and they live another day. But guess what? Your only Nexus is back up. I've been peeing all over you, and I'll pee all over you again. This is your only base, dickhead. A laser there with zero respect for his opponent's property, but you know what? It's only 4 Corruptors this time, and they've already strained their bladder to the limit, and he's not going to be able to kill it. The Stalkers save it. It gets down to just 500 hit points. A laser. He's going to try and capitalize, though. The roaches and the lings coming across the map. This game is so nuts. If he can kill this Nexus, guys, he's just spent his last money warping in Zealots. If he loses the Nexus, then he cannot rebuild anything. He's diving for it. A laser's like, kill the Nexus, kill it. He can click it. No, he changed targets and he's GGing. No, a laser. Oh my God, what a close game. But in the end, he's like, dude, I'm going to lose my whole army doing this. And he pulls back at the last moment, doesn't get the Nexus, and backs on out of that. Oh my God, the question is, was that an early GG, guys? And I was actually, after this game was played live, I was talking to a laser, and I was like, is this an early GG? And I don't actually know, because guess what? He could have killed that Nexus. 100% he could have targeted that, just to show you guys in freeze frame, in case anyone's wondering. Easily, he just changed targets. That's the only thing, right? So look. It got down to 10 hit points. If he just kept attacking it, or if those units could have even pulled back, because they don't get any more attacks, right? If he just ran those and didn't turn around again, he could have got it. These roaches, if they just got one more attack off, that dies. It's on 10 hit points, but he changes targets. But the thing is, he's going to lose most of these, if not all those roaches and ravages on the way home, because there's charge lots chasing them, and they're way faster than roaches and ravages off creep, right? And that means you're up against a Protoss who has 2 Archons, 5 Zealots, 4 Stalkers. You're going to lose all these units. So you are going to have, at home, in this game, what do we got at home? Oh, there's also a Zealot killing 2 of your drones out of your very measly 28 drone economy. So you've got a really shit economy. Also, you've got 750 gas. He really needed to pull workers off gas, put them over on this base, and then this base here. But he's got very little income. I mean, where are his units, guys? What's he got? He's got a few lings, so he could F2 and grab some lings. He got a roach there. So he's got 5 zerglings, 2 roaches. Let's just keep clicking this roach hotkey. 1, 2... Okay, so he's got like 3, he'd have like 4 roaches, a few zerglings, 4 more roaches that are building. So he'd have 8 roaches. Can he defend that counterattack, guys? Can he defend that counterattack of 2 Archons, 4 Stalkers, 5 Zealots? And guys, that's going to be really hard, because with the Warp Prism juggling as well, that's going to be really tough. But you've got time. You can give up a base, right? You don't need to defend these bases. And that's why I was like, dude, I think it was maybe a throw. I'm not sure, not a throw, but an early GG. This is a chaotic game. It's hard to read, but like maybe you could have done it, because you could have pulled the roaches back, defended this guy. You don't have a lot of income, but even a few hundred minerals a minute, right? You could build like 5-10 roaches before he gets across the map. You might be able to defend. Now, the one problem which got mentioned to me, a genius said to me, and they said, yeah, but he can't rebuild his Nexus. So DNS is going to pull 69 probes. He's literally going to 69 a laser off the map. And I was like, oh, you're absolutely right. I didn't think about that. Guys, think about how tanky 69 probes are. You're like, oh, I've got 10 roaches out or something. It's not gonna help you, is it? It's not gonna help you, man. So, so this is actually one of these things where it's like, dude, 69 probes with 5 Stalkers, with 2 Archons, with 5 Zealots. Actually, yeah, because I mean, yeah. No, he's actually gonna win the game with the counterattack no matter what. Takes him about 20-30 seconds to get across the map. It would have been cool to see a laser fight it out, trying to use like broodlings from his buildings and like kiting with ravages, because he has a lot of gas. So if he gets 5 or 6 ravages, he can kind of drop biles, run back, drop biles, run back. Maybe, just maybe, a laser could have made it happen with like defensive biles and then just like falling all the way back to your main base, right? Defending your ramp and this sort of stuff. Maybe a laser could have done it. It was always going to be really hard. I do think earlier when he was defending over at this base, this was actually a really crucial mistake as well. Because I think at this point, remember, DNS's economy was already severely compromised. And a laser has so many bases. Like that base could be fully mining. This base could be fully mining. So I really think he should have just given this base up, pulled back. And if he could just get out like 5 or 6 more roaches and ravagers with the queens in front and fight back here, he could even give up this hatchery as well, right? Just try to fight to defend maybe the roach warren. And that's going to be way harder because anytime he A moves, the zealots are going to be attacking, wasting their charge on buildings, and you've got the building to block, all this sort of stuff. So I do think a laser moving across this creep to defend was a huge mistake for him. And unfortunately, it did end up losing the game. But guys, remember that DNS pulled off one of the most epic mind games I have ever seen with this just fake sky toss trick. The fact that a laser almost managed to bring it back was insane. And we do need to very quickly double check. End of the game, guys. How many Nexi did he actually kill? So we're going to go back. We're going to do a very quick check, 12 minutes to 16 minutes, and see how many it was. Number 1. Okay, that's number 2, actually, because he'd already killed the one in the natural. So number 1, number 2, number 3, that's going to be number 4. Even battery overcharge can't save you. That's number 5 Nexi, all from Corruptor P. He then kills one without the Corruptor P here, which is so number 6 is an assist from the Ravagers and Roaches and Lings. Number 7 from the Corruptor P. And then he almost gets this one with the P, but not quite. And then the army could have got it, the last Nexus. 7 different Nexus snipes in one game, 6 of them from Corruptor P. That is not something you see every day. And this is so funny because this is kind of what DNS forced him to do. He's like, hey, your supply is wasted on Corruptors. And Laser's like, I have to, this is my only option is to try and pee down your bases. It's not a great plan for such a huge expense in the Corruptors, but we'll try it out. And dude, this was such an awesome game. GG, well played to both of them. And just so much fun. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye and good night.